If you're a dude who struggles with energy, in today's video, I'm literally gonna show you how to double your energy outputs so you can dominate in your health, wealth, and relationships.
If you want to learn how to double your energy so you can master your health, your wealth, and relationships, I'm going to dive into that today in today's video. So the biggest thing in order for you to master your energy is actually focus on the things you can control. I think for a lot of us, like, we get so focused on the things that are outside of our control. We get so focused on the things that we can't even do or manipulate in order to master our energy, in order to master our output in life. The other day I asked someone, I was like, why don't you work out? And their response to me was, they're like, I don't have energy to work out, you know? And maybe you felt that way before. You're like, I wish I could go to the gym right now, but I just worked a 10 to 12 hour day. And my response to them was this. I was like, have you ever thought that maybe the reason that you don't have the energy to work out is because you don't work out? And they're pretty stumped, right? They're like, well, yeah, obviously. And I think for a lot of us, we get stuck in this trap, in this vicious cycle of like, I don't have energy, so I can't do X, Y, Z. But a lot of the times I can't do X, Y, Z because I have a lack of energy. So it's this vicious cycle. Like, what do you do to regain your energy? And what I want to talk about today is I want to talk about some of the key principles that I've utilized for myself and also that I use for my current clients to help them regain their energy. Another big limiting belief that holds a lot of us back is we feel like our age is the reason why we're not able to get into the best shape of our life. Our age is the reason why we're losing energy, and you get to 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and you're crashing and you have no output for the day. And I want you to think about this. Let's say after lunchtime is like your least productive time of the day, whether that's at work, whether that's going to the gym, you just feel like you crash after lunch. That's pretty much half of your day. And so if you're stuck in this constant cycle of not having energy, and you continually crash throughout the afternoon, you continually get off work and all you want to do is lay on the couch and watch Netflix all day long, like, this is a big problem that you need to solve. And if you don't solve it, you're not going to be able to produce as much output in order to accomplish the things you want to in life. This could be the reason why you feel behind in life. This could be the reason why you're not present with your kids. This could be the reason why you're not making enough money in your job. And a lot of it comes down to things you actually can control. And I know there are some people who are going to be like, but what about XYZ medical condition, or I take this medication? Yes, all of those things matter. And like, what we're going to talk about today is we're going to talk about the things you actually can control to manipulate your energy. So a lack of energy really comes from these 4 key things. Number 1 is going to be differences in your emotion, right? You guys know when you are depressed, you don't have energy. So emotions actually swing your energy back and forth. The next thing is not optimizing your sleep. Obviously, if you don't know how to optimize your sleep and you're not getting good sleep, it's going to negatively impact your energy and your body's ability to have a high output. The next thing is living like a very sedentary lifestyle. This actually is a bigger factor to your energy than your age. A lot of us get stuck and we're like, oh, I just turned 30, or oh, I just turned 40, or even, oh, I just turned 50. So that's why I don't have the energy I need to on a day-to-day basis. No, the reason why as you age, you lose energy, the main reason is not because of your age. And the reason why your metabolism slows down, which is not true, is not because of your age, it's because of your lack of output, the lack of activity you have with your life. Guess what? When you're in high school, when you're in your early 20s, you are moving more. And now as you promoted more in your job and your career, and you now work a desk job, you go home, etc., you don't move as much. And then number 4 is going to be a bad diet. Like, if your diet is not locked in, you're not going to have the energy you want to. And so what I want to talk about first is I want to talk about the impact that your sleep has on your energy. And I think this is super overlooked. A lot of us are like, oh no, I don't sleep good. I can't go to sleep. I have insomnia. You don't have insomnia. You have a sleeping issue that you haven't actually taken control of yet. So one of the things that helped me tremendously over the years actually mastering my sleep is this, and it's going to bed at the same time every single night. Yes, I even go to bed at the same time on the weekend, and that time is 9:45. And you might be like, but bro, like, that's so boring. You go to bed at 9:45 every single, yeah, I do go to bed at 9:45 every single night. Yeah, I do wake up at 5 a.m. every single day. But guess what? When you actually program your body to go to bed and wake up at the same time daily, even on the weekend, like, I don't sleep in. Like, my sleeping in probably is sleeping till 5:30. I'll give myself an extra 30 minutes. So what I mean by waking up at the same time daily, it's like waking up within the same 30 minutes every single day. And I go to bed within the same 30 minutes every single day. It starts to program your body to be able to know when to go to sleep, called your circadian rhythm, and know when to wake up. Okay, so that's one of the things I do for my sleep. The next thing I do is I stop caffeine before 12 p.m. So you want to stop caffeine 10 hours before you go to sleep. So if I go to bed at 10 p.m. every single night, 9:45, 10 o'clock, right? I try not to drink caffeine after 12. I'll push it to like 1 or 2 at times, but like really the ideal time is 10 hours before you go to bed. And you might think to yourself, but I drink caffeine later in the day all the time and I'm able to fall asleep. Yes, you're still able to fall asleep, but your body's ability to go into deep REM sleep is significantly impacted. And so if you want to get high quality sleep, you need to cut caffeine 10 hours before you even go to bed. The next thing is make sure you dim the lights about an hour before you go to bed. And so you should not be in heavy bright light an hour before you go to sleep. Or even worse, you shouldn't be sitting in bed on your phone scrolling through your email and scrolling through social media. And then the next thing is make sure you don't drink liquids 2 hours before bed. So this is huge because obviously, as you know, as you drink liquids closer to bed, it's more likely that you're going to wake up in the middle of the night, which is going to negatively impact your body's ability to fall into REM sleep. So you want to focus on getting a solid 6 to 8 hours of sleep every single night. And I believe the easiest way to do that is to set yourself up on a sleep cycle. This is going to require sacrifice and this is going to require commitment. The next thing you need to focus on is you need to focus on fueling your body, fix your nutrition. If you are fueling your body with junk all day long, fast food, alcohol, soda, etc., guess what? It's going to be real difficult for you to have a high energy output to perform at your top level every single day. You need to actually eat nutrient-dense foods. And this word is thrown out a lot of places, but here's what nutrient-dense foods mean to me. A nutrient-dense food is a single ingredient food. And so I'll give you the example. Last night, before I went to bed, my dinner was this. My dinner was a top sirloin steak, which was bomb, with a side of potatoes, with a side of cauliflower and broccoli. All of those things on my plate were single ingredient foods, one ingredient. So an example of a non-single ingredient food were to be like a pizza. Okay, obviously pizza, dozens and dozens of ingredients inside of a pizza, if you didn't know, even cheese, like a lot of ingredients, okay? So you wanna focus 90% of the foods that you're consuming, 90% of the things you're eating on a day-to-day basis should be single ingredient, nutrient-dense foods. This is gonna fuel your body with the right food sources that you need. Other examples would be eggs, steak, salmon, veggies, fruit, etc. So ruthlessly eliminate non-nutrient dense foods and start to focus 90% of your diet on nutrient dense foods. And this is going to drastically impact your body's ability to have a high energy output throughout the day. Also, what happens is, let's say you're eating low quality foods for lunchtime. That's one of the reasons why you don't have energy later in the afternoon, okay? The next thing we need to focus on, ruthlessly eliminate your sedentary lifestyle. As you get older, you become more and more sedentary. And what I mean by sedentary is you just don't move your body as much. One of the things you could start focusing on if you feel like you live a very sedentary lifestyle is how can you get exercise in every single day? Every day. I'm not talking 3 days a week. I'm not talking 4 days a week. What would it look like for you to actually move your body on a day-to-day basis? I'm not talking lifting weights, but I'm talking actually moving your body. Because what happens is we get stuck in this place of like, I'm working, and work becomes your priority that you neglect your health and you neglect your body. But what happens when you neglect your body and you neglect your health, your work ends up getting negatively impacted by it. Put your body and your health first. So a couple of key things you could focus on is walking 8 to 10,000 steps every single day. I promise you, do an experiment, commit to walking 8 to 10,000 steps a day daily for the next 60 days. See how your energy changes. Lift weights 3 to 4 times per week, even 5 times. I like to lift weights 5 times a week and do some extra cardio sessions on the side. It's going to help your energy outputs tremendously. Literally test this out for the next 60 to 90 days. The next thing I want you to focus on, spend time outside in the sun. You probably do not get enough sun exposure. And that's one of the reasons why you don't have energy throughout the day. The sun regulates what's called your circadian rhythm, which is your body's ability to wake up, have energy, and go to bed, etc. If you're not getting any sun exposure, most people are not. Most people get way less than 30 minutes a day. Most people get less than 15 minutes a day. They're sitting inside on their computers, at their desk, watching TV, etc. If you could start to get an hour of sunlight per day. Also, getting an hour of sunlight per day is an easy way to get your 8 to 10,000 steps, because now that I'm forced to get outside and go on a walk, I get in nature, I de-stress my body, I release serotonin and dopamine in my brain, and I'm feeling better. You're going to have a lot more energy and you're going to perform at a higher level just by getting outside throughout the day. One of my hacks that I like to do on a regular basis is I like to habit stack. And so by habit stacking, let's say you want to go get some more sunlight. If you have a phone call you need to take, or if you have a break or something you're already doing, you have to go on a Zoom meeting, do it outside while you're walking. Do it outside while you're doing cardio. Habit stack. Stack 2 habits together that you do on a normal basis. Let's say you like to listen to podcasts. Go outside, go on a 30-minute walk while you're listening to a podcast. Super easy. Next, hydration. is going to be key. And here's what I mean by hydration. A lot of people think that hydration just means drink more water. Your body is made up of so much more than just water. Your body is made up of water, it's made up of electrolytes. So it's a combination of the two. So when I hydrate, I can't just hydrate with water anymore, because if I only hydrate with water, what's going to happen is I'm going to have a low level of electrolytes in my body. And electrolytes are one of the main things that are going to help you have more energy, have more focus, and have more output throughout your day. So one thing you could do to better hydrate your body, think about this for a second. Your body is made up of 80% water, 80%. So even if you're dehydrated by like 2%, by like a tad bit, it's gonna have a massive impact on your mind's output. It's gonna have a massive impact on your body's output. It's gonna change everything. So you have to focus on hydration, and hydration is one of the easiest things that you could do to actually manipulate your energy. So you could hydrate with not only water, but I want you to also hydrate with things like sea salt, things like pink salt. You could use Element, which is like hydration packets. Hydrate your body with not only water, but also with electrolyte. What I like to do too is when I wake up first thing in the morning, before I drink coffee, I will give myself 20 ounces of water with some electrolytes. That way it can give me that natural boost of energy immediately. Next, stop drinking coffee immediately when you wake up. I started doing this experiment about a year ago, and I'll never go back. It drastically impacted my life. The reason why you can't drink coffee right when you wake up in the morning is because your body, when it goes to sleep, releases this thing called adenosine. And what adenosine does is adenosine helps you go to sleep. That's why you kind of feel drowsy at night. When you wake up first thing in the morning, that's when your adenosine levels are at their all-time high, first thing in the morning. That's why it takes you a little bit of time to wake up and get back into the flow of things. When you drink coffee or caffeine, coffee is an adenosine blocker. So just imagine your body has a high amount of adenosine in its body. You drink coffee, it blocks your body's ability to release the adenosine. The second that the coffee wears off, a few hours into your morning, the adenosine is released into your bloodstream. That's where you get the crash from. So if you want to avoid the crash and you want to actually have sustained energy throughout the day, you have to be able to delay caffeine and delay coffee. And the timeline is going to be 90 minutes to 120 minutes after you wake up. Okay. And so delaying caffeine can be one of the biggest ways and the best ways in order for you to regain the energy throughout the rest of your day so you don't crash. So if you want to become a workhorse, no matter if you're 30 years old, 40 years old, you work 50, 60 hours a week, you have 3 or 4 kids, these are the things you need to focus on. And if you do this, these will double your output over time to be able to work out better, be more present with your kids, be a high performer at your job, and have more energy and be in a better mood all day long. Fuel your body with the right foods, nutrient-dense foods. Move your body on a regular and consistent basis. Sleep better. Focus on 6 to 8 hours of sleep. Sleep in a regular circadian rhythm. Go to bed, wake up at the same time every single day. Get outside more. Shoot for at least a minimum of 30 minutes of sunlight per day. Hydrate your body with not only water, but also with electrolytes, and delay caffeine. And I promise you, you will see a huge change in your body.
Thank you so much for tuning into the video. If you got value from this video, make sure you subscribe for all future content. Comment below your biggest takeaway from this video. And if you want to learn more about working one-on-one with me personally so you can become the best version of yourself, just make sure you apply on the link below, and I'll see you on the next one. Have a blessed day. Peace.